evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena. Picked up with this Druid run. It's been a few days. I don't remember anything about the deck. You know, business as usual. It seems to have done really well. Seems to have a really weird curve with a ton of 2s, almost no 3s, and a decent amount of endgame. Yeah, so looking good. So the second week of Blackrock Mountain is out. I haven't actually unlocked the wing yet, although if I'm not mistaken, you don't have to unlock the wing for the cards to appear in your arena pool. They just appear. In theory, we could now start seeing some cards from week 2, which I have no idea what any of them are. It'll just be a pleasant surprise. Hopefully there won't be anything where it's like I would have played around it if I knew it existed or anything like that. And Hearthstone Arena is going to get pretty challenging after a while because there's so many things to consider. Even back when Hearthstone first came out, the arena was tough with all these sorts of things to consider. Now there's tons of things to possibly play around. Vincent Knight is our opponent. Easy mulligan decision in this first game. So now it's all up to the top decks. And they fail us. They fail us really bad. Let's see what happens. Hello, mage. Oh, they're continuing to fail us. Okay, so I got this, and then Jack all squat and doodle after that. One question, of course, is do you go for the 3-2 or the 2-3? The 2-3 is more survivable, but I'm actually going to go for the 3-2 because against a mage, it doesn't really matter that much. The only thing that might make me regret this is an arcane missile, but Frostbolt and Flamethrower kill them both. This gives me insurance against either a 3 toughness minion or even a 4 toughness minion. I could finish off with a shapeshift. Yeah, so here now I'm pretty glad I went with the 3-2 because they can just trade. Although, actually, if I'd had the 2-3, I could have killed that thing with shapeshift. Well, yeah, this just sucks. No getting around it. It just sucks. Because I didn't get anything to play. And of course my curve has no 3-drops, but it has tons of 2s, so the fact that I got nothing would have really sucked. Well, Matt says, I wonder what kind of awful pick you had for Recycle was the correct choice. Hey, I like Recycle. It's the Druid's only remove anything card, other than Naturalize, of course, and I think it's legit. Wow, getting some harsh judgment here. Oh my god, a turn late comes the Direwolf Alpha. Ouch. If that had been the return earlier, I'd have an extra 2-2 on the field. I could have used it to kill this 3-3 with the help of the Dwarf. Now she's got a 3-3 out here. So she can run into the Dwarf and ping it to death, or more precisely would be ping this, hit me for 4, and then trade with the Dwarf. Or she can Flamethrower or Frostbolt this. Either way, she's got a 3-3 left hanging around. Serious Judgment Day from, oh wow, lots of people inviting me to be their friends. Serious Judgment Day here with the tongue-in-cheek face for liking Recycle. Is it Recycle actually a bad card? I think it's, I mean, what, so you play Starfire, you kill something and you get a card, but Recycle kills anything, you don't get a card. That seems fair. Seems legit. And also, as has been pointed out, it doesn't trigger death rattles. Alright, so she plays down the wolf. Not really sure whether that was a mistake or not. She could have pinged the Worgen, hit me for 4, and then traded, but I think that would have been worse. This way, I have 4 more health, but she has a 2-2. I think the body on the board is always a better thing to have. Fen Creeper's vulnerable to Fireball and Polymorph. She doesn't have either, that's nice. Is she going to have a 4-drop? No, she's going to play a tank. Ouch, this is going to be serious. That was a hell of a turn. Holy balls. Okay, well, luckily Swipe is a ridiculous-ass card because I can actually kill the tank, the gnome, and the wolf with Shapeshift, and then kill the Mech Warper. So unless this last mana is really astounding, she's going to be in trouble because Swipe's a good card. I got 1 Swipe in the draft, and I picked it up, and I drew it. Well, the picking it up wasn't a big thing, but the fact that I happened to draw it in this game is a big thing, because if I didn't have Swipe, this would be a lot uglier. I'd have to play the Ogre, I suppose, kill probably the Wolf with the Fen Creeper. She used the coin to ping this Fen Creeper? I think that's a mistake. That's got to be an error. Should have saved the coin for bigger and better things. So this is actually, I don't know, would a good player ever reasonably make that decision? I don't think so. I think this is just a bad player. I don't know why she's 3-0 or why I'm playing her at 3-0, but whatever. We're doing okay. Now I've got 6 cards to her 5. I can take out anything with Recycle. At 7 mana, I can play the Wolf, which is a beast. and then drew the thing. So that coin that she spent to ping meant no difference because she actually dealt 4 damage with that flame cannon. So that's awesome. Okay, so I could play the wolf and get a 7/7, or I could wrath this thing and get a 4/4. Wow, good. Those are pretty good choices. I could ignore it and play the ogre. I think it's a mistake. If I play the wolf and let it get a 7/7, this will probably kill the wolf. But I could shapeshift this to death or wrath. Okay, we'll go for it.
Snakes. It has to.
So now she can run this into the Druid of the Fang and Flame Strike me to clear everything away. That would leave her with 3 cards to my 5, and then I can play the Ogre and Shapeshift, or just the Ogre and play Leper Gnome. Say screw it. Leper Gnome against a mage is just always going to die, so I might as well just play it if I have an extra mana hanging around. Just going to Cone of Cold. Alright, that's fine. So now this Direwolf Alpha will... Oh, she's going to let it die to a ping. Well, I think it's a mistake. You shouldn't take risks like that. Claw's a pretty good top deck. I'm actually going to hold off on playing the Ogre. So we're going to Claw, Shapeshift, kill one of these. Wrath for the full 3 damage. Kill another one. Got extra mana left over, so yeah, I'll play Leper Gnome. Because now she's going to ping the Wolf. Leper Gnome actually gets to attack for a turn. Unless she Flame Strikes, but if she Flame Strikes, this thing actually lives. So I'm going to be left with a 7/2. And then she's going to have 2 cards to my 3, one of which is a Boulder Fist Ogre, one of which will remove anything. There's plenty of cards in her deck, so the fact that the minion comes back is not a big deal. Yep, the Leper Gnome sticks around. Aha. See, Recycle, I could kill this Acolyte, stop her from getting a card. How about them apples, eh? This is actually kind of annoying because I really do need to throw away 7 damage just to kill this Druid of the Fang, unfortunately. No, sorry, to kill this Acolyte. Otherwise she gets 2 cards, which is not acceptable. So now the problem is this thing drops to 5 health, which means the Flame Strike will kill it. However, the good news is this Ogre will not die to the Flame Strike. The bad news is that the Ogre will then drop to a 6/3. She pings it, so it's a 6/3. It'll die to just about anything, and yeah, she could actually end up catching back up here. Because Innervate's pretty dead. Not likely to be able to use Innervate. That's actually quite unfortunate. And then Recycle might not see any use unless you place anything worthy of using it on. Ooze makes no difference to anything. Unfortunately, the Leper Gnome will die before it can kill the Ooze. She had the perfect amount of mana left over. That's so frustrating. Okay, so the Ogre can kill this, and the Druid of the Fang can kill the Ooze, and still have a little bit of juice left over. Or, yeah, we gotta do this. I need a Wrath and Shapeshift this Ooze, because I need to draw some more cards. I need to draw into some goodies. Mana Addict. Ouch! Well, I had no options. The Mana Addict was the only game in town. Alright, so we kill that, we kill this, but at least we finally get to actually hit her for some damage, my goodness. Okay. So I'm actually threatening lethal here. We got 13, 14, 16 if I play a spell. So it is lethal. She has to have Flame Strike. Flame Strike clears my board, then she's left with 2 cards versus my 3, but 2 of my 3 are dead. She doesn't have Flame Strike. Alright, cool. So we win. Yay, that's good. I like this little boot icon unless you kick people. Okay. Oh, if only I could have cast those spells. Made some progress on my daily quest. I haven't played in several days, and I had 2 daily quests sitting around when I logged off for the last time, so I've been throwing gold away. But honestly, whatever, who cares about gold? I'm still going to be over 10,000 after buying Blackrock Mountain. Gold's not going to matter for a good long while. My dream of making it to 20,000 gold is apparently a dream I don't actually care that much about. Okay, we're up against worthy opponent number 2 of this video. And it's a rogue, Dizzle. That's a good name, I like Dizzle. And we have a decent opening hand. We got the coin from the rogue. I'm going to make a bit of an unusual move here. I'm going to mulligan the Mana Addict. That card is just so bad, I'm just going to hope I never see it again. That's pretty much what I'm doing with that there, mulligan. Got the Innervate, so hopefully we get the Fen Creeper in time to use the Innervate. Alright, now we got to decide what to play against the Sergeant Squire. I think the move is spiders. So spiders ping away the shield and then kill this thing, and then they pop into other stuff. This pings the shield, runs in, but then it just dies to the dagger. Okay. Well, seems pretty clear. There's no point not innervating into a Dark Iron Dwarf, and I will pop that shield. I don't care if she daggers away my spiders, because then spiders pop out and kill off her squire. And if she plays Fan of Knives, well, then she spends her whole turn playing Fan of Knives, and I can kill this, so I get my card back. Little Exorcist is annoying. Ah, God, people always get these against me. So I can Innervate as like a bad coin to get a Dark Iron Dwarf out to kill this thing. Is it worth using Innervate as a bad coin? Well, it's not that bad. I still get to play a Leper Gnome, which will just die to the dagger, costing her 0 mana. Well, shoot. I could Shattered Sun Cleric to buff this. Hit for 3, survive with 1 health, and then Innervate. No, it's just terrible. This is the move. I much as I hate to make this move, this is the move. It sucks that she got this 3/4 because otherwise, if it had just had 3 health like it's supposed to, then the little spiderling would have been enough with a Dark Iron Dwarf to kill it. The cool thing here is that the Leper Gnome is giving me some tempo. Now she's going to hit this with her dagger, and then the Dark Iron Dwarf will be able to buff the spider. Oh no, oh god, oh god. Oh, nope, that's bad. And, whew. Well, at least it didn't kill the Leper Gnome, but the problem is now she kills us with her dagger, and then the Dark Iron Dwarf did get damaged, so it will just die to this thing. Oh man, that's so terrible. Well, this is looking bad. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's looking bad. Do I play the Novice Engineer? What does that serve? Lets me shape. That's just terrible. Alright, when you're behind, take risks. I'm just gonna hit her in the face and hope that this 6 damage is something I actually get to sneak through. I'm hoping that the Mad Bomber hits the Dark Iron Dwarf, then I dealt 6 extra damage. I've got another 4 waiting here. I just have to hope that works because I'm starting to fall perilously behind. I don't use that word lightly. Of course, an Eviscerate will ruin my day. Oh, this is bad. Ouch. Okay. Well then. So I can kill this with the help of Shattered Sun Cleric, but then she still gets the Ooze, which I cannot kill with Shapeshift. I gotta draw a card first. Always draw cards first. Wrath. Doesn't help. I can Wrath this, draw a card, kill that, but no, it doesn't work. I needed to have the Wrath in my hand at the start of the turn. So we're in a bit of trouble here. Ooze plus dagger kills the dwarf. Although if she does that, she's taking 5 more damage, which is a bit of a risk. But these cards are weak, and my board is weak. She's a big hand. I have to top deck something that's actually, like, solid and play it under the ground and get it to stick. Otherwise, I'm really screwed. I'm not going to be able to race her out. Alright, here's the moment of truth. If she clears my board or plays a big minion, she's going to win this game. That's the problem. She has 2 different ways of winning, which is just bad. Typically only want the opponent to have 1 thing that they're hoping for. She has a Stormpike Commando, which is not the greatest thing I've ever seen. Okay, well, Defender of Argus. I could play the Mana Addict and Defender of Argus, but I think what I really need to do is use this Wrath. I can Wrath, yeah, it's gotta be done. So let's Wrath, draw a card. I need to get cards. Much as I hate doing this, Druid of the Fang. Okay, cool.
Push forward.
Let's kill this off. Play one of the worst 2-drops in the whole game. I have no spells, I have no beasts for this thing. She can kill this, taking 3 damage onto 15. But realistically, how am I gonna wear her down? I mean, if she had like 1 card in hand right here, maybe I'd have a chance of burning her out. But this just doesn't work. And I have a 4/4 for 5 unless I get another beast. I don't think I've played any beasts this game. I still have the Direwolf in there. She has an Ironforge. Wow, she's playing with some bad cards, so that's giving me hope, I guess. And she plays Dark Iron Dwarf, okay. I don't have any spells to buff this up, which would have let me kill the Dark Iron Dwarf plus Shapeshift, unless I top deck 1. What do I have here? Do I got a swipe? Got Deathwing. Hey, Deathwing could actually really help me out in this game. All jokes aside. Do I kill this thing? I think I have to kill this thing. The thing is, I could have hit her for 2 extra damage, but the problem is, the Dark Iron Dwarf would have killed my 2/4, and she would have had a 2/2 on the field. Wouldn't have been good. I mean, just the fact that she's killing a 2/2 with the 4/4, and then it doesn't die to Shapeshift is a bad thing. But I'm going to have a pretty empty hand when I play Deathwing. It might actually be able to finish her out. So I'm trying to get her down to 12, and then Deathwing for the win. Thing is, she's had no reason to play Assassinate yet, so she could very well have that. Argent Commander does not quite kill this thing. Well, this is getting played. And I'm going into Shapeshift. So do I go for the face? I think we gotta go for the face. She can't kill me. A health advantage is all I've got, basically. Yeah, let's get her down. This is how I'm gonna try to win. Wow. I can't play Deathwing next turn, which is admittedly bad, but hopefully she's going to have to play an Assassinate to kill this so Deathwing can come online. Then I have to have enough health to survive an attack from this crew. It's bad. I just have to hope that she has to spend all of her turns killing everything I play and not dealing enough damage to me to threaten me. Then I play... Oh, right. Deathwing will kill all of her stuff. So I just need to only survive an attack from her once. Then I play Deathwing, kill all of her things. If it doesn't have the Assassinate, the Annoyatron... Well, yeah. There's a lot of things she could have. Well, if she has none of the things that she needs, then yeah. So anyway, yeah, I need to just not die next turn. And it looks like I might get my wish. She spent all of her damage doing that. Okay. Oh, really wish I could play Deathwing. She's going to have 13, 16 damage. Okay, I'm fine. She's going to have 16 damage. I'm at 24 health. She shouldn't be able to kill me. Yeah. Let's just... Unfortunately, that's not a beast. So here goes. I am breathless. So she can deal 13, 16, 17 damage. I'm at 25 health. I'm not likely to be able to deal 8 damage with 2 cards. There's 2 of it. Oh my god. She went all out here. Oh man. I wish there was a good luck emote, because she's in top deck mode. She has to top deck and out to Deathwing. Wait, I need to actually attack her first. Don't forget that extra damage. Yep, that's what I often find myself thinking in my games. Is like, well, the only out they could have is Deathwing. Finally, Deathwing has had, and I'm luckily the one who has it. Well, did she top deck Assassinate? That would be hilarious. She did not. Well played. Wow. That was a game. So, yes, I did just win with a legendary. Pretty much, Deathwing, what, was the only card in the game that would have won it for me? In that situation, she had a 7-4, a 6-4, I forget how big the other Frostwolf Warlord was. Was it a 6-6 as well, or a 7-7 or something? What else could have done it? I mean, there's the old Poison Seed Starfall combo, I suppose. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. With a single card, no other legendary would have done it. I had the one that would have done it. But hey, I gotta give myself some credit. I took Deathwing. I forget. It's been ages. I forget what I took over Deathwing over, but I'm sure some people would have taken the other thing. I remember it being a tricky choice. Do you keep the swipe here, knowing it's good against the recruits? I don't think you can. I think you need to maximize your odds of actually getting cards to play, rather than counting on swipe to catch back up. Well, we got the double stalker opening. The problem is what to do after that. Dizzle wanted... Oh my god. Oh, man. Oh, I can't wait to see what Dizzle has to say. Should I say something, or should I just wait for... Because Dizzle's the person I just played against. Dizzle. Okay, I'll say something. Sorry about that. You had me. Okay. Now an interesting choice comes up. Do you play the other stalker? I don't think so. I think it's keep it simple, keep it safe. Don't let paladins keep creatures. Lol, serious. Well, this person appears not to be about to tell me that my mother is a woman of loose morals and I'm about to die of cancer. So that's good. It's better than I was expecting. Let's see, Mana Addict. You know, let's go for the Mana Addict. The thing about bad cards is you gotta play them while they're okay, and right now the Mana Addict is about as good as it can get. I can put Mark of the Wild on it, make it a 3-5, and then a 5-5 temporarily, you know, maybe kill something. Alright, I'm not gonna do that yet though. Let's actually Wrath this Shredder. I got decent odds of killing a 2-drop as long as it's not like Millhouse Mana Storm. Okay, I get the Pirates Cannon thing. Okay, how do we want to deal with this? There's a couple different options. I could Shapeshift, run the Stalker in, kill it, just keep the Mana Addict around. I could damage the Mana Addict and everything dies to Consecration, but then I get to play the Stalker so I have maximum board presence. These 2 die to Consecration, this one does not. I could go Mark of the Wild on this, kill it, or Mark of the Wild on this, and kill it. This makes it a 3/5, so it's like Ascension Shield Master. What I like about putting the Mark of the Wild on this is that even though then this guy is left with 1 health, the mana adder hits for 5, but really, am I going to kill him? That seems kind of unlikely. Why don't we just go for maximum board presence here? I still get to deal damage to his face. I have maximum board presence for keeping his board presence down. Did Dizzle quit? He asked me why he can't get legendaries and then he quit. Well, I guess he did. Well, I was going to say, in order to get legendaries, you just gotta play a lot. I don't get legendaries every run. So we have options. I can either kill this Yeti by going Mark of the Wild and the Mana Addict, which would just let it be a 2-for-1 trade, and then keep the board presence up. Or I can play a Druid of the Claw, let him have his Yeti. I think the right move is to kill this thing. The question is, am I doing it the right way? Because if I put Mark of the Wild on this, it becomes a 4/5, so I can hit the Yeti, then Shapeshift to finish it off. We all know why that's dumb, right? Because then everything dies to Consecration. The problem with Mark of the Wild is then I'm just shapeshifting, which is really lame. I could Mark of the Wild on this, let them die, shapeshift, then I'm saving the Mana Addict. What's the point of that? Do I put the better creature down, let him have a better creature? Or do I kill this, but leave myself with a crappy board? Well, I've got this next turn, and I've got this. I'm going to have a bad turn, and just call it a day. It sucks having a bad 5th turn, especially when you're holding Druid of the Claw, but I feel like it's worth it, because there's some chance with 4 power on the table that whatever he plays here, I can just play this, kill it, and then have my creatures. And then on turn 7, I can do this and Shapeshift. Plus, we had Deathwing in hand from the beginning, so there's that. Sword of Justice. Okay, he's going to get to kill this. And is he just making a recruit? Because he can make a 3-drop with +1/+1. That would be way better than a recruit. But no, he only makes a recruit, which does die to this Stalker. So do I kill the recruit with the Stalker or the Commander? Because if I play the Commander and kill this, then neither of these things dies to the sword. If I hit this, this thing dies to the sword, but then this thing still has a Divine Shield on it. So I can save the 4 damage for something else. I think I'm going to do this. Wait a minute, I don't need to actually play this Argent Commander then. Yes, we're just going to play Druid of the Claw. There we go. So that protects my Stalker for other things. Maybe it'll still get to deal its 2 damage. And then I can do the Commander. Now the problem with this is I used my mana inefficiently. If I'd played the Commander, next turn I could have played this and the Druid. But as it is, I can only play one of those cards. Well, it doesn't matter. Oh, so do I recycle or do I naturalize? I forgot I actually had naturalized. That's great. You know what? I gotta go for the gold here. Paladins aren't gonna be that effective at dealing with my board. I mean, maybe if it had been a different class, like a mage or something, and I was worried about Flame Strike or something. But here I'm dealing some really good damage. I have recycle to take away anything he might throw in the way of my creatures. This is huge, hard for him to bring down. He's gotta have a quality Consecration. That's what he's just got to have. Is he going to Peacekeep that? He's going to freeze it. Well, that's actually a pretty solid move because that's stopping 4 damage. I'm giving him a 6/6. Okay, with Divine Shield. Look how good Recycle is. Epic card here. Okay. Yeah, let's just recycle this thing. Wait, can I kill him? We got 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, could have killed him if this thing weren't frozen. So we're going to do this. Do I kill this thing? I think we should just go for the win. Wait a minute. Why don't I just hedge my bets? I hit him for 4, but then I kill this, sacrificing 2. So I'm threatening lethal. He had no answer to this thing before. He now needs a taunt, so like a Sludge Belcher would buy him another turn. Again, I don't have the ability to play Deathwing, although Deathwing would be pretty risky because he could Peacekeep it. Luckily, it didn't come to that. Apparently, with 7 cards, he had no taunt and no kind of mass removal. So my endgame creatures won me the game, and just like that, we're at 6-0. Wow. Well, not a hard... Were there any hard games in the last video? I don't know. So far, no real hard games. It is Saturday evenings, so sometimes maybe you might think there'd be easier games to be had on Saturday evening. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to lose the next 3 games crushingly. It's hard to say, but so far so good. So I'm pretty happy with this run. Even if I do lose the next 3 games, I'll be pissed, but I'm pretty happy that I had such a good run that I wasn't really expecting to have. Okay, up against the Shaman, so I know I'm about to get my ass kicked, because if you're 6-0 and playing a Shaman, there's going to be Hexes, there's going to be Fire Elementals, there's going to be Lightning Storms. He's going to get everything. Okay, another easy mulligan decision. First you play the Mana Addict, obviously on turn 1 with the coin, and then you play the Wolf. That'll kill a totem or a 3-2. If you get to use your Mana Addict to kill a 3-2, it's good. It's a good deal. You made good in that case. Or I could Claw to kill a 3-2 and play the mana and hit him for 3 with Mana Addict. Alright, he's got no turn 1 play. Oh man, now I actually have 2 good creatures. Do I really want to put this Mana Addict out there? I could play the Cub. Probably as a 3-2 because Shamans have Lightning Bolt and Rock Biter, which will kill a 3 toughness thing anyway. But I could play a 2-3. If he doesn't kill it, then I can hit it for 3 with the Wolf. No, I'm going to trust my instincts. I'm going to play this Addict. So I can hit for 2 with the Wolf. That'll kill a totem. Or if he doesn't do anything in particular, I can just play this thing. Well, either he plays a totem or he plays a creature. So I don't think I'm going to be playing this Cub now that I've committed to the Mana Addict. That might have been a mistake. But again, if you have bad cards, you really want to try to use them while you can. Okay, he does make a totem. I guess if this is a 1-1, I would just kill it and play the Cub. But since it's a 0-2, I'll just play the Wolfie McWolferson, kill that totem. Oh, well, it's a good start to the game, so anything can happen now, of course. But if he plays something, I can Claw, Shapeshift for 3 damage and hit him for 4, 6. That would be pretty nice. I don't want him to kill my team, so let's see what he's got. There's a Harvest Golem. Ah, that's annoying. Well. So here... Yeah, I think I'm gonna Claw Shapeshift and kill it, right? I mean, the other options, I could actually hit it with the Mana Addict and then Claw the thing and then play the Cub. The problem is that all dies to Lightning Storm. If I Claw Shapeshift to kill it, I still have to take 2 damage on this Mana Addict, killing off the thing that spawns. So what the hell's the point? I might as well do this. So it's kind of like I use 2 damage plus Claw to kill a Harvest Golem. And I think now the health makes more sense because my main threat is Lightning Storm. I want to at least give myself a 50-50 shot of having not everything die to Lightning Storm. Hopefully this thing lives and I can use a Dark Iron Dwarf to hit up for 4 damage. That would be ideal if I actually got to trade this thing for something with 4 health. If he plays a Chillwind Yeti, I'd have to Dark Iron Dwarf this and have it trade in. Then I still get to hit him for 4. It's not bad. So is he playing Lightning Storm? Is he playing Lightning Storm? No, he's... Whoa, that's not a very strong play. All right, we get a little bit of a free pass here. So what do? Well, let's go through the options. Option number 1, hit it with the Cub. Obvious drawback, you're dead to Lightning Storm. Except for the Dwarf that you play will live. Option number 2, run in the Mana Addict Shapeshift. That's terrible. It's a bad use of mana. I could Wrath it, just kill it, but that's also a bad use of mana. I really want to put a 4-4 down. So if I'm putting a 4-4 down, I should just throw the Mana Addict. It feels emotionally bad because you're kind of wasting some of the buff, but you are trading in your weakest creature that also has the fewest hit points for the creature the opponent played, and then you're putting down a 4-4 on the table. That was a very weak 4th turn, so he might have a good 5th turn, but now... Oh, that's... Okay, so he just top-decked that. If he'd had that last turn, he would have used it, so the fact that he just top-decked it is lucky, because it could have been much more impactful if he had it earlier. Stormforge Dax will kill the Wolf. And he actually has a kill for the Dwarf. Alright. 75% chance the Dwarf dies. Well... Okay. Oh, that's right! He used Rock Biter to kill the thing. So he couldn't attack with Stormforge Dax. Well, he messed that up. Oh, no, he didn't, because that thing had Taunt. Okay, so he Rock Biter to kill that. Just put this out just for the hell of it and Crackle. Well, that was like... potentially game-losing bad luck on his part. Because if this thing should be dead, it hit him for an extra 5 damage, and he still has to spend a resource now to kill it. But guys, that's why I hate Crackle, because there's always going to be a 1 in 4 chance that a 4 toughness thing won't die, and if you play long enough, that will happen. It's guaranteed to happen about a 1/4 of the time, which is a minority, but it's not that small of a minority. Yeah, so this thing dealt an extra 5 damage. And it looks like it's going to get to hit him again, so it's going to actually deal an extra 9 damage. No! Forked Lightning finishes it off. Okay. So, he's out of cards. He's got 2 cards. I top-decked an Ogre, which... Well, if I hadn't top-decked it, I would have shape-shifted and just played the Dwarf just for the hell of it, but obviously the Ogre's better. He still can't play Fire Elemental because he keeps playing Overload cards. Does he have another Hex? He has a Dwarf. That's not going to save him unless he plays a big game Hunter that he doesn't have. Okay, cool. Can I kill him? Let's see. We can do 6. Plus 4 is 10. Yeah. Pop. Pop. And shift. Alright, 7-0. Haven't been doing that well in a long time, and so far, not much resistance. Is the deck that good, or am I just that lucky? Well, it is the release of another week, or of another wing of an expansion. So there's probably more people on going, oh, I have some gold left over, might as well do an arena while I'm at it. Let's try to see if I can play with some of the new Blackrock Mountain cards, and it is Saturday night, so yeah. That could very easily explain everything. I almost had a panic attack. I thought my recording software wasn't actually on. Thankfully, it is in fact on. So, yeah, these games are really quick, too. It's only 31 minutes in the video. We could fit 2 more games in here. Nalakuvara, where we're 7-0 playing against a mage, which is definitely the most intimidating thing you could possibly expect in the arena. Mages are always scary, and a mage with a good deck is just downright terrifying. We got the double stalker opening again, made a little bit weaker by the fact that I do not have the coin this time. Didn't get my leper gnome to play on turn 1. In fact, I have nothing really to do on turn 4, and turn 3 I'm just playing a 2-drop. So this is not the greatest of my opening hands. Honestly, whatever the hell happens this run, I don't even care. Even if I actually lose all 3 games in a row, this video probably wouldn't even end the run because I don't know if I have time for 3 games. So it's a run that lasted for at least 2 videos and went to 7-0. Alright, so she's got to start. What is it? It's a Berserker. Okay, that's unfortunate because either I have to take a bunch of damage killing it or I lose my Stalker. Oh, a better option presents itself. I'm going to play the Cub to try to trade off the Berserker. Let's see if she's got that Frostbolt that she needs to kill the Berserker with, or the Cub with, or the Arcane Missile. She's used the coin, so Arcane Missile would be a coin flip. No, she's got the Frostbolt. Okay, so that means she has a Berserker left over. So then I'm playing a Stalker. Stalker doesn't quite kill this unless I also take 5 damage with Shapeshift. Or I could Wrath that thing. Alright, do I Wrath it now and that's my turn? Yes, this is definitely the move. So we kill this off. And then next turn, I just play both of these guys. It's not a good turn 4. I'd rather play a 1 good 4-drop than these 2 things, but I think it's better to do that than to just play this and have that thing hit me an extra time for no reason. Alright, she plays a Panther, which isn't the worst thing. It'll hit me hard, but I'm a Druid. I have some natural resistance, and then these guys will kill off the Panther. So this is a really stealthy board. We got a little Mexican standoff situation going on here. She has 6 cards to my 5, soon to be 6. I'm about to drop a really big 5-drop in response to a 4-drop that she's about to make. So how good's her 4-drop? It's a Death Lord. Yeah. So she doesn't really have a 4-drop. She has a 3-drop. The question is, do I hit it for 4 damage, exposing these things to die to pings? Hit it for 4, this thing will be left with 4 health. Fen Creeper doesn't kill it. I'd have to Shapeshift to kill it, then I'm not playing my Ogre. But then I could play out these things. I think we gotta do this. I mean, I could get Deathwing from that thing. I think it's worth the risk. Sure, I could get something junky, but my 2 worst minions are actually in my hand, which increases my odds of getting something good somewhat. There's a lot of crap in here. I could get like a Novice Engineer, Defender of Vargas, Dark Iron Dwarf, but I could also get Deathwing. I think just letting this thing sit here is sort of pointless. So next turn I can either Fen Creeper plus 1 of these to finish it off and play the Ogre. Or I could Fen Creeper Shapeshift and then I can play this junk. And then we're still a couple turns away from Flame Strike. Is she going to Arcane Missile me or Cone of Cold or Arcane Explosion? Those would be all the worst things that could happen.
What to do? What to do?
She could Fireball this and then... No, but then she wouldn't have enough mana to ping anything. Ship's Cannon? Oh my god, does she actually have Pirates? No, she doesn't have Pirates. She's going to ping that off. And then pass the turn. Oh, what? Oh no, I don't think she made the right call there. Oh, Deathwing comes out, so I'm not getting Deathwing. So now she's leaving me the option of shape-shifting into this, or killing it with my Stalker and playing a bunch of stuff. I'm just going to play the Ogre. That seems like the best move. Wait, first, let's see what we get. Oh, the odds of getting something good now are pretty small. Yep, there's the Novice Engineer. Okay, so that was just a 2/8 for 3 mana that basically gave me nothing. So she got some value out of that. She has 6 cards to my, well, let's say, alrighty. Alright, we're going to have to rely on Deathwing. The difference is that in this game, unlike in the last game, I don't actually have lethal with Deathwing. Oh, fuck. Do I play these 3 things? The problem is everything dies to Flame Strike. Alright, generally I don't like doing this, but I'm going to make an exception here. Because I'm just that desperate. Shoot, this is going really badly. The only way I can win is if she overextends and everything dies to Deathwing, which is possible because who plays around Deathwing? But it's looking bad. Man, if only Novice Engineer was my top deck and Deathwing was pulled out by the thing, the Death Lord, that would have been a hell of a different game, wouldn't it? Alright, so the Leopard Gnome does kill off that cannon. The problem is this 4/7 is way better than my 4/4. Swipe plus the Dark Iron will kill it, I guess. But when in doubt, play a bunch of crap. And by a bunch of crap, I mean your 2-drop on turn 8. So, okay, we're going for Deathwing. That's the only thing I got left to me. Next turn we'll use Swipe and whatever else I drew. Hopefully my hand doesn't get cluttered up with like a Recycle or a Naturalize. That would sort of suck. Gruel. Oh, geez. Well, it's a good thing I have Deathwing. So can I take even a single hit from this stuff? Ouch. Let's see. So I'm definitely playing this.
Snake.
Now I gotta decide what to do. I could run the Dwarf and swipe this, or I could Dwarf and swipe her face. If I Dwarf and swipe her face, she's probably gonna guess that I have Deathwing. Like, that's a pretty telltale clue. If I don't kill this, she's gonna hit 9, 13. I'm at 24, down to 9. I could still actually lose even with Deathwing. I hit her down to 19, down to 15, then Deathwing, and then there's, even if everything goes according to plan and she doesn't polymorph the Deathwing or anything, I still am 3 damage shy of killing her. Otherwise I have to hit her with Deathwing twice. But it gives me a much greater chance of actually living that long, so we're going to do this. I think this gives me the best hope of success. I mean, if she has a polymorph, I lose no matter what, so I have to just assume she doesn't have it. But hitting her twice with Deathwing while having a comfortable life total myself is much more likely. No, 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 don't kill it. Hit me in the face. Damn it. Than just doing it once. Alright, so I'm going to play this. The question is, how do I use it? I could use it to kill this, but that's going to die to Deathwing anyway. So what we're going to do here is hedge our bets. I think this is a pretty reasonable move. It shows some desperation to the opponent, leaves me with a decent health total. It shoots me for 8 down to 13, unless she's holding 2 fireballs. That's a losing strategy. Hopefully she pings this and then plays the Warlord to kill it, or I guess the Gnomish Inventor. Okay, Unstable Portal, she can play anything from this. Flash-Eating Ghoul, can you play one more minion, please? Because if I Deathwing into her hand of 5 cards, that's bad. I mean, Deathwing into a hand of 4 cards is bad. Oh, jeez. So, does the Mage have Polymorph? Is the name of this game. We get a Recycle. So I'm throwing Recycle away. Honestly, it doesn't even matter. If I recycle this, it's over. So we play Deathwing, lose the Recycle. See if there's a Polymorph, and 4 cards. She can actually win without Polymorph as well. That would just be the most obvious thing. Cold Light Seer, and what else? Bloodsail Raider, okay. And what else? Blackwing Technician, that's a new card. Alright, she's going for my face. She has 2, 4, 6 damage. Taking me down to 8. She has 1 card left, though. Is it a Pyroblast? Okay, if it's a Pyroblast, let's just suppose it's a Pyroblast. I shapeshift up to 15. She hits me for 6, down to 9. If I kill one of these things, as a matter of fact, that would actually save me from a Pyroblast. As a matter of fact, it would. Does she have Pyroblast? Because if I kill one of these things, she's going to hit me for 4, 5, down to 10, but then she doesn't have the mana for Pyroblast. This thing still has 10 health. So running into this would be... well, that's wrong. There is something I can do, because I can actually live against her Pyroblast. I can keep shapeshifting to counteract this. So if I shapeshift and she hits me, I go down to 9. Do I think she has a Pyroblast? Alright. I don't want to give her extra chances to top deck something else that could help her, so I'm just going to go ahead and give her one fewer turn to find an answer, but I will give her the win if she has Pyroblast. However, I could have actually staved off death by killing off this 2/4, because then I would have been down to 11 health. She Pyroblast me down to 1, then I shapeshift to guard against this. But then the problem is, yeah, you know what, I would have been screwed, because he was right. Wellmet was right. I kill this, she Pyroblast me down to 1 health, she still has 2 creatures out, I keep having to kill them, I don't get any damage dealt to her, she eventually top decks 1 more damage and wins. So if she has a Fireball, she can kill Deathwing, actually, by running all these creatures into it and then Fireballing it. Does she actually have that? She very well might. She's playing like she does. This card is a Fireball. Well, I'm glad it wasn't a Polymorph. There's a case where you'd rather have a Polymorph than a Fireball, am I right? So the good news is she's got 1 card left. It appears to not be a really good minion, which is excellent. And it also appears that I win because Argent Commanders, of all things, is going to be my killer. Well played. Wow, that's 2 games won purely through Deathwing. Is Deathwing one of the best legendaries in Hearthstone? You know, I never would have put Deathwing on the list of, like, you know, best legendaries, but maybe I should. Whenever I'm playing, and it just happens like in every other video where I'm like, well, I'll lose if they have Deathwing, ha ha ha. I always thought of things like, you know, Cairn or Sylvanas, or like, you know, Ysera. You think of those when you think of your best legendaries, but maybe Deathwing was just one of the best ones, because that was 2 games I won of Stone Cold off of Deathwing where I would have lost otherwise. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon with the rest of this run. Take care, everyone.